Kevin Costner has earned his place in American cinema not because his path was smooth, but because it never was. On screen, he carried a calm, grounded presence that felt deeply human. Never flashy, never forced. Whether he was embodying restrained love in The Bodyguard, quiet faith in Field of Dreams, or moral conviction in Dances with Wolves, his performances resonated because they felt lived in and honest. Off-screen, however, his life unfolded with far more turbulence than his composed image suggested. Fame brought opportunity and recognition, but it did not spare him from loneliness, heartbreak, criticism, or self-doubt. Now in his 70s, Kevin Costner stands not as a flawless icon, but as proof that endurance matters more than perfection, and that continuing forward again and again can be the bravest act of all. A childhood shaped by loss and responsibility. Kevin Costner was born on January 18, 1955 in Lynwood, California, into a working-class family that understood hardship as a daily reality. His father worked demanding, physically exhausting jobs to keep the family afloat, while his mother, a social worker, spent her days helping others navigate crisis. Before Kevin's birth, his parents lost a newborn son, a tragedy that left an unspoken shadow over the household. Though love was present, grief lingered quietly, shaping the emotional atmosphere of his upbringing. Kevin grew up sensing that stability was fragile and that pain could exist without words. That early awareness instilled in him a quiet strength and emotional restraint that would later define both his personality and his performances. Always moving, always starting over, Kevin's childhood was marked by constant relocation as his family followed work opportunities across California. Each move meant new schools, unfamiliar faces, and the loss of friendships before they had time to grow. Naturally shy and reserved, Kevin rarely stood out, learning instead to observe from the edges. He became comfortable with solitude, using imagination and storytelling as quiet escapes. Church choir offered one of the few spaces where he felt noticed, where his presence mattered. These early years taught him adaptability and patience, but they also embedded a sense of impermanence that followed him into adulthood, shaping how he approached relationships, success, and failure, choosing risk over security. After college, Kevin appeared to do everything right. He earned a degree in marketing and finance, secured a stable job, and married his college sweetheart, Cindy Silva. On paper, his life looked settled and responsible, but internally, he felt disconnected and restless. Corporate life drained him of purpose, and the feeling grew impossible to ignore. During his honeymoon, a chance conversation with actor Richard Burton proved pivotal. When Kevin admitted his desire to act, Burton encouraged him without hesitation. That moment gave Kevin the courage to walk away from security and embrace uncertainty, even knowing the odds were against him. Rejection, survival, and the long wait Hollywood did not reward Kevin's leap of faith with quick success. Instead, it tested his resolve. He worked odd jobs, cleaning boats, driving trucks, giving tours, just to survive. Auditions ended in rejection, sometimes without acknowledgement. He lived frugally, walked long distances to save money, and endured years of doubt. Early film roles offered little validation, and when his scenes were cut from The Big Chill, he attended the premiere, knowing his work would never be seen. What sustained him was not optimism, but endurance. He had learned early how to start over, and he refused to let failure define him. The first breakthrough: persistence. In 1985, Kevin's perseverance finally paid off when he was cast in Silverado. This time, he approached the opportunity with the focus of someone who understood its rarity. Audiences noticed his quiet intensity, and industry attention followed. Roles in The Untouchables and other films confirmed that he wasn't simply passing through. Recognition brought relief, but it also introduced pressure. Invisibility had been replaced by expectation, and success now came with the fear of losing everything he had fought to build, becoming a symbol of belief and hope. The late 1980s elevated Kevin Costner into something larger than a movie star. Bull Durham connected him with sports fans, while Field of Dreams transformed him into a symbol of hope, belief, and emotional redemption. The film's message resonated deeply, and its legacy endured. Yet Kevin wanted more than success. He wanted meaning. That desire pushed him toward a project that many believed would end his career: defying the industry with Dances with Wolves. In 1990, Kevin directed and starred in Dances with Wolves, a project widely considered risky and impractical. A long western that treated indigenous cultures with respect and complexity defied Hollywood norms. Production challenges were immense, and Kevin invested not only money, but his reputation. Failure could have ended everything. Instead, the film reshaped the industry, winning 7 Academy Awards and validating Kevin's belief in thoughtful storytelling. Triumph, however, came with heavier scrutiny. From that point forward, perfection was expected. When success turned hostile, at the height of his fame, Kevin faced harsh backlash with Waterworld, a film remembered more for its production difficulties than its ambition. Dangerous conditions and near-death experiences were overshadowed by public mockery. Later, The Postman intensified criticism, and Hollywood's support cooled. Roles became scarce, and silence returned, this time louder and more painful. Kevin responded the only way he knew how: by enduring. Open Range, a quiet and grounded western, restored respect and reminded audiences of his sincerity. Reinvention through Yellowstone. When many assumed his era had passed, Kevin found renewal through Yellowstone. As John Dutton, he embodied resilience, moral complexity, and authority shaped by age and experience. The role resonated deeply, making the series a cultural force and introducing him to a new generation. Instead of chasing relevance, Kevin embraced purpose. He invested himself in Horizon, a deeply personal project, funded largely by his own resources, choosing integrity over comfort, marriage, distance, and emotional cost. Kevin's personal life mirrored his professional intensity. His first marriage to Cindy Silva lasted 16 years and produced 3 children. Cindy supported him through obscurity and rejection, often carrying family responsibilities alone. As fame grew, distance widened. Their divorce in 1994 was painful, but handled with mutual respect, prioritizing their children. Kevin later acknowledged that ambition had cost him more than he realized at the time. Fatherhood as responsibility, not image. After his divorce, Kevin became a father again under unexpected circumstances and chose accountability over avoidance. Fatherhood grounded him, offering clarity during emotional uncertainty. It reminded him that presence mattered more than perception, and that responsibility did not end with romance. Another marriage, another lesson. Kevin's later marriage to Christine Baumgartner brought stability for many years and 3 more children. Over time, familiar challenges resurfaced: distance, competing priorities, and the demands of work. Their separation in 2023 was painful in public, reinforcing a lesson Kevin had faced before. Success cannot replace presence, and balance is fragile. Loss, aging, and perspective. As Kevin aged, loss became more frequent. The deaths of his parents marked the end of a foundational chapter, while the loss of friends and collaborators reshaped his understanding of time. These experiences deepened his empathy and influenced the stories he chose to tell. Grief softened him, adding weight and honesty to his later work. Legacy beyond fame. Now in his 70s, Kevin Costner continues working with intention, aware of physical limits, but undeterred by age. He values family, presence, and peace more than applause. As a father of 7, he understands that legacy is built not through awards, but through resilience, responsibility, and showing up again and again. The endurance that defines him. Kevin Costner's life is not a story of uninterrupted triumph, but of persistence through loss, failure, and reinvention. He has risen, fallen, and risen again, carrying lessons forward each time. His true legacy lies not in box office numbers, but in endurance, the quiet courage to keep going when recognition fades. Older, wiser, and still standing, Kevin Costner remains a testament to resilience and the strength found in simply refusing to quit.